Yo, we're back. But before we jump into things, we need to have a little chat. Before we do that, let's check out this armor. It's sick. Like little animations and everything. Like this armor is dope. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the lead artists from Final Fantasy XIV moved over to Tales of Arise to be like their lead character person, because the outfits have a lot of similarities. It's a trip. So, anywho, the one thing I want to chat about is how we fight. So I've been struggling with the last boss fights. I'm not gonna lie. Like the last boss took me almost like 2 hours to beat, even though we're playing on the hardest difficulty because that's how we roll. But it's like, man, it's been a struggle. And one thing I'm realizing, because the boss mechanics are becoming more difficult in a sense where we can't counter them. Like the fire dude, we could counter the boss and then we could go into a full combo. But like with the last boss, we couldn't do that. Like we would counter him and then nothing would happen. So it was really hard to do any combos. And the attack loops are very quick. So they'll attack, pause, attack. So we don't have a lot of space to get in really big combos. So we're changing up our arts and we're going more for efficiency and quickness. So I went with Severing Wind. I did not like it at first, but now I'm realizing it doesn't put me that high, which allows me to continue a combo even if I don't lift my enemy. So that works out really well. Swallow Blade is really cool. It's like a short attack, which allows me to, I could do it, and if I need to dodge, I have time to dodge after. And then it's the only move I have that allows me to use one of the flame attacks. And then Dragon Swarm. Now this is a really long animation, so I'm kind of contradicting myself, but the one thing I really like about it is the movement. Like it gives me movement so that if I need to reposition while I'm attacking, I can do that. And I like that a lot. And it does really good damage too. Aerial attacks are pretty much the same because I don't have any other aerial attacks. So what we got is what you get. But yeah, so I'm hoping in our next boss fights, it'll be a bit cleaner, a bit more fun. Now I'm not going to cheese and just like play, what's her name? Why can't I think of her name? Xion. Like I'm not going to cheese and play Xion because that would make all the fights ridiculously easy. You could just sit in the back, poke with your gun, use spells, and wada bang, easy peasy. Not doing that. Because one, it's boring to play, and I don't want to be boring. And honestly, I would think that would be boring to watch. Like I wouldn't watch a video where someone's just playing Xion. Nothing against Xion players. If you're doing your thing, you like her, that's all you. I just don't really like that play style. So I've been talking a lot, so let's get back to it.
Hey, did you make off with that armor while none of us were looking? Because I've gotta admit, you look pretty snazzy in it.
He didn't steal it, if that's what you mean. Bregan gave it to him as a parting gift.
Ah, right. Although it makes sense, I guess. It's like a symbol of rebellion in its own way.
Which is why it should have been your father wearing this, not me.
I don't know. I don't think he could have pulled it off like you, man.
I wonder what the last wearer of this armor was dreaming of for Cyslodia when they decided to rise up and fight.
Who knows? Anyone who could have answered that is long gone. Truth is always lost with the departed.
Are you saying there's no point in trying to understand why they gave up their lives?
No, only that it's impossible to know for sure. Look, I can tell that you're concerned about Cyslodia's future, but we do have other things to take care of. You can't shoulder all of the world's problems, Alphen. If you try to, you'll only find yourself buried by the weight of it all.
Yeah, I know. My path is forward, and I'll do what I can, here and now.
I swear, one thing about Alphen is he jumps to conclusions way too fast. I mean, I get it. He's just not learning to think for himself. But like Xion is incredibly straight to the point. But she'll say things in a way that is a little vague. And Alphen like always thinks the worst of what she says. So she always has to like say something else so that he understands.
You were born in Calaglia, right, Law?
Oh yeah. It's scalding hot all the time there, so I was shocked when I learned Cyslodia is the exact opposite. Not to mention dark.
Not anymore, thankfully.
How did you even manage to cross the border between realms? All 5 realms are supposed to be closed off, due to the nature of the crown contest.
What? Is this an interrogation now?
I didn't mean it like that. I just figured if a Danon like you was able to slip between realms, it could come in handy later.
Ah, good thinking. I don't think I really did anything all that creative, though.
What? Don't tell me you climbed over the walls of fire.
Oh, hell no. Not even Zoogles could do something that crazy. Nah, I stowed away.
In what?
Oh, you'll like this. The realms don't maintain much contact with each other, but there are resources each is looking to trade for. So, there are cargo convoys from each of the lords that go around a few times a year to lend those resources to each other.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. That was the only time the gates of Calaglia would ever open up.
Right. Obviously, they don't let Danons ride with them, so I snuck on board inside some cargo instead.
So you were carried out of the realm? You did great not getting caught. Way to go.
Let's just say I've always had a knack for sneaking around since I was little. I was also really desperate to get the hell out of Calaglia at the time. I had more guts than brains that day. If I had to guess, I probably wasn't the first one to ever do something like that. Danon or Renan.
I wonder if that's how Ganabelt, was able to hear about what happened in Calaglia so quickly.
So in other words, we should always assume that the enemy is informed about whatever it is that we may be up to, wherever we go.
Welcome to the Pluto Lounge, where we just chill.
Oh man.
Okay, so we're testing our theory against this little side boss. Let's see how we do.
Dragon Swarm! Everyone win! Take this! You're finished!
This'll come in handy.
You're mine! It's over!
I did not think that was gonna hit me.
Dragon Swarm! I'm on it!
Glacial Spear!
Here I come! No escape! Dragon Swarm! I'm on it! That's enough! Win!
Here I go!
Eat this!
It's over. Shining Supernova! Raging Cascade!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Blow away!
Annihilate the wind! Lightning! Air Thrust! Light
I'm on! Take
Raging
this!
Cascade!
I'm not done! Just getting started! Swallow Blade!
Dance in the wind!
Here, let me help.
Field!
Eat
First
this!
aid! More for the stockpile!
This one's mine!
Take this! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Blow away! I'll smash you!
In here!
Dragon Scout! Take this! No escape! Dragon Swarm! Blow away! Strike! Strike! Sword!
Lightning Orb! Where's the healing art?
You're mine!
First aid!
I'm sorry to see you, Bob.
It's finished!
Let's do it!
Charge it up.
Infernal Torrent! It's over!
Here's a healing art!
Burn in hell!
Supernova!
You're
Raging
mine!
Cascade!
You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
I'm out!
Swallow
I'll be
Blade!
waiting this
Try this!
Full combo.
Infernal Torrent! Away!
Lightning Orb!
You're mine!
Alright! It's
You
showtime!
move!
Astral Energy! Full throttle!
I was about to say, perfect timing.
Dance in the wind!
I'll bring you back from death to
I'll be
this!
saving this one!
I'm just
Here
getting
goes!
started!
Whoa! Hey! One at a time!
Eat this!
Searing Blade! The enemy is going
I'm
all
not
out!
done!
Got
Dragon Swarm!
Let you all down.
You pay for that!
It's about to strike!
Here I look sharp, everyone!
This one's mine!
No! Can't end here!
Wait, what hit me?
Back from death to this!
I was on the side of him.
To the wind!
Here's a healing art!
First aid!
Take this! I'm
I'll
not
bring you
done!
back from death to this!
Not on my watch! Lightning can... I can't hold on much longer!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation!
Win!
Eat
this!
Raging Cascade!
I'm not done! I'll run you through!
Here's a healing
Dragon
art!
Swarm!
First aid! To the wind! Field!
I'm on it!
I was overconfident.
Stay away from my friend.
Damn, we gotta res her. That's our heals. Damn, we're out of CP already. I mean, a couple people died, and resing does take a lot.
Thanks for the sympathy.
Get it together. We need
damn
to
it.
inform.
But what I'm starting to realize is that I think I'm a little underleveled.
The enemy is going all out.
Like, I think once my enemies start becoming stronger, like when I get to the next zone, I'm gonna have to spend some time grinding.
Try harder. My turn. Here I come. This one's all mine. I'll run you through.
It looks like you got this one covered.
You're mine.
Now you see what I can do.
I was overconfident.
Ignite.
Air thrust. Astral energy.
Infernal torrent.
Almost there.
Oh, close enough. Take it away, Logan.
I thought you'd never ask. Eat this.
Is this it?
Damn, that thing is rough.
A new lease on life. More where that came from. Burning strike.
Glacial Spear.
Evil. Thunderblast.
I'll bring you back from this abyss.
Resuscitation.
Glacial Spear. Pierce evil.
It's gonna
I'll
attack.
bring you right. Watch out.
You're mine.
From depths abyss.
What killed me?
I'm gonna need more of that medicine.
I still have more fight left in me. First aid. Shining supernova. Raging
Swallow blade.
cascade.
Dragon swarm.
It's weakened. Shield.
This ends now.
This one.
Infernal torrent.
Here's a healing to the wind.
Now I can let loose.
Let's get you all tucked away.
Glacial Spear. Pierce evil.
You're mine.
Freeze Lancer.
Dragon swarm. Here I come.
This one's
You're
mine.
finished.
Mega Ray.
Try harder. Not a chance.
I never miss.
Dragon
Raging
swarm.
cascade.
Swallow blade. Try this.
Here's a healing arm.
Okay, here I go. Strike.
Searing
You're
flame.
mine.
Reload.
You're finished.
Here's a healing arm. First
I
aid.
owe you one. This one's all
Glacial
mine.
Spear. Pierce evil.
I won't lose.
Freeze Lancer.
Not now, not ever.
Here I go.
Eat this.
You're mine. Lightning.
Strike.
I'm out of ammo. Back into the.
You're bruised all over.
Oh my gosh.
Guess I got carried away.
Damn.
I'm not always going to be around to heal you, you know.
Here I come. Infernal torrent. Slash.
Alright, we're gonna have to do this solo.
That's it. Strike. Dragon swarm. You're mine. Slash. Dragon swarm. You're finished. Strike. Take this. No escape.
Now, astral energy.
Say no more.
There we go. We used all of our items, but dope. And we got the small key.
Anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
Forget that. A display case. and a chest. Lucky Bangle, a bracelet that increases the chance of enemies dropping items, though handy, still takes luck to healthily replenish diminished
The
supplies.
design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
I guess that's kind of cool. It really depends on how big of a boost it is. Attack plus 15% though, that's a lot. There we go, we'll give it to her. Alrighty, since we're in like such a nice city. Wow. Why is this place so beautiful? That probably takes us to the next city or whatever. But man, this place is beautiful. Like the environment team is freaking incredible. Like this is so good. Like it really feels like a living, breathing city. So full of life and everything. Just incredible. So we kind of were sticking out like a sore thumb with our armor, so decided to switch into something a little bit more casual. So looks pretty dope. I can dig it.
Stay sharp. We're going in.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I'm not feeling well today. Could I please take the day off?
Oh, that's terrible. Rest up and try not to strain yourself. I'll let the others know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Huh, sounds like a normal job.
Everybody seems so happy working here.
And it seems like the soldiers are there to actually protect them rather than keep an eye on them.
I don't get it. How can it be like this?
Like their reactions to this situation is just priceless. It's like something that feels so normal is like so bizarre to them. I gotta say, like the writing team did a fantastic job with that.
Halt! I presume you're Alphen, of Orbis Calaglia? I'm Captain Kisara of the Elda Guard.
Just Kisara? No last name would make you a Dahnan.
So it does. Is that a problem?
The guard. Wait, so you're saying the Lord of Elda Menancia has Dahnans protecting him?
In this country, Dahnan guardsmen aren't unusual. Everyone who enlists does so of their own free will.
She sounds like she's serious, Alphen.
That makes no sense. Don't your people remember 7 years ago?
Wouldn't you be grateful if you were finally allowed to live as a free person?
And for my part, there is no greater honor than being chosen to serve His Excellency, Lord Dohalim.
I feel no shame. But all of that aside, I came seeking you, Alphen, at Lord Dohalim's behest. He wishes an audience with you.
With us?
Indeed. He awaits you at Autolina Palace. That is, if you choose to accept. I am here only as a messenger, not a kidnapper. Your reply?
All right. We'll meet your lord.
Very well. I shall return and deliver your acceptance. Please don't keep him waiting too long.
Before you go, what lies beyond this point?
A quarry manned by Dahnan laborers.
Nothing else?
There's a Dahnan medical facility for the severely ill at the back. However, for sanitation reasons, it's kept off limits, even to guardsmen.
That was odd. Why do you think this Dohalim would want to see us?
It's probably a trap.
Still, they already know we're here. Not like we can start being stealthy now. We might as well listen to what he has to say.
Hey, are you sure about going? What if it's a trap?
That's no reason to back out now.
Law's right. I get your concern, but we should buckle down.
Well, that captain of the guard. I guess the weakness in her armor is the rear.
That Kisara woman. She sounded pretty smug about serving Dohalim, didn't she?
She still has a Renan for a boss. How is that any different from being a slave?
Renan society is a meritocracy. To us, it's seen as natural that those who sit at the top rule over the rest.
It's the same old wall as the rest of Dana at the end of the day, just with a different coat of paint.
I guess it can change people's attitudes if they can at least serve someone they respect.
But they're still being deceived. It's obvious that's what's happening.
On the one hand, her loyalty really did seem to be genuine. But on the other hand, Calaglia had its fair share of Danans who just accepted Renan rule because it was all they'd ever known. With that in mind, it can be hard to tell if her loyalty truly came about on its own, or if it's just the result of years of subjugation.
Who knows? It might clear some things up if we hear what Dohalim has to say.
Yeah, you're right. Let's make our way to the palace.
Agreed.
I don't sense any more enemies.
I just don't get it. The Danans have endured years of suffering. How could they just turn around and trust the Renans all of a sudden?
Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing. But I guess they must have a pretty good reason, right?
Like what? What could erase 300 years of pain and suffering?
Maybe it's precisely because they suffered for so long that they see Dohalim as something of a savior.
Hey, whose side are you on here, Alphen?
Relax, Rinwell. All I'm saying is that we shouldn't jump to assumptions about these people until we know more about the situation.
I just don't get it.
I guess that towering structure at the center is the palace.
You think it's dangerous to go inside?
It's not a question of danger.
You again, after we parted ways, an urgent petition from the citizenry came in. Lord Dohalim is currently busy responding to it. As such, I must ask for you to wait until he finishes his business. Once preparations are complete, I'll lead the way.
Pretty fancy place they got here.
There's no way this isn't a trap.
Your guest, my lord.
Thank you, Kisara. You're the wielder of the blazing sword, the liberator of Calaglia. You do dress humbly for someone of such grandeur. But where are my manners? I am the ruler of Elda Menencia. I'm Lord Dohalim Ilkaris.
If you know who we are, then you know how strange it is to invite us into your palace.
I thought I'd clear up your misconceptions before things could escalate. What do you say? You did come here to defeat me, did you not?
Perhaps, and what if we did? Are you planning to fight us here?
I don't think that will be necessary. After all, I imagine you've taken in a fair amount of his scent by this point. Have you come across even one slave being abused? Soldiers killing for sport? Suffering of any form? I would hazard that you have not. For I have liberated Menencia from its suffering and brought joy to its people. But if these results are not enough to stay your sword... I commend you for your boldness, but it won't work on me. Still, Your would-be assassination cannot go unpunished.
Alphen!
Fair enough. Allow me to host you for dinner. We shall continue our talk then. Kelzelik,
Yes, my lord.
please escort our guests if you would be so kind.
As you wish, sire.
That's what you get for being so careless.
What I get? What were you thinking attacking him on your own?
What are you upset about? Our whole goal is supposed to be overthrowing the Lords. Remember?
He could have been hurt.
And it wouldn't have been the first time either. What's gotten into you?
Hey, you do know that Alphen is really just worried about you, right?
He's worried?
I mean, that's what it looked like to me. But maybe not.
All right. Xion needs to chill. Like, she just tried to shoot an unarmed man with his back turned. Like, that was pretty ridiculous. Like, what triggered that? Unless, like, her whole time being in that city, she could care less about how the people are treated. She's just only about her goal.
It pains me to see that Renan cuisine isn't to your liking. I asked my chefs to prepare only the finest delicacies available. 2 wasted opportunities.
Why did you set the Danans here free when you took over?
But you are mistaken. You see, I may rule single-handedly, but on my own, even I cannot change the order of things. But what is within my power is the welfare of the people, the fostering of a mutual respect among the classes. This I can change.
Sounds a lot like the Danans are still oppressed, if you ask me.
Only in the sense they continue to serve as laborers, yes. However, I assure you they are fairly compensated for their efforts. This harmony we strive for is the current pinnacle of Renan-Danan coexistence.
Harmony and coexistence between the Renans and the Danans.
What about the crown contest? This doesn't exactly make you a shoo-in.
And yet, the Danans here are even more productive than when they used to face daily lashings. In any case, the crown contest is of little importance to me, and even less to Elda Menencia. You see, I have no interest in becoming sovereign.
Stop this! Please! It's over! Stop!
How could you? I swear, I'll never forgive you for this!
It is not by choice that one assumes the throne of a realm. But sovereign is a different matter entirely. I have no interest in playing their game.
Are you saying you'll withdraw from the contest?
I guess if you don't plan to ascend the throne, there's not much reason to harvest energy from Dahnans, is there?
Let the ambitious fight it out amongst themselves. All I care for is maintaining peace throughout my realm.
So what? Your personal desires are all that matter to you?
Take a look in the mirror. I may not play their games, but you have outright betrayed your own. You've torn down 2 of my fellow lords. What precisely is your aim? Spare me your answer. I care not for your reasons. Suffice it to say, I will not impede you. That said, should you threaten the peace of my realm, I will respond. I suggest you conclude your business and leave Menancia at your earliest convenience. Kelzelik. Our guests depart. Please see to their lodgings for the night.
I shall arrange for rooms for you all at a local inn. It is a short ways down the road. You may stay there for the night, after which I suggest you promptly make your departure.